have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, SSDI, and also SSA. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you for your support, everybody, and thank you for watching this channel. As a way for me to show my appreciation to you, I want to give away a free $60 Amazon gift card. So here, everybody, here's the code for your free $60 Amazon gift card. If you'd like to redeem the code, just enter it in the checkout aisle, and all you gotta do to enter it is subscribe to the channel. First of all, it's happening, and you may start to receive extra monthly benefits soon. The recent cuts to SNAP benefits have made a huge impact on the economy, but as the Federal Reserve warns the country to expect a recession, state lawmakers are passing new bills that will boost benefits by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now, extra SNAP payments during the crisis expired in March and left millions of people with smaller SNAP balances in their accounts. This cut reduced monthly benefit amounts by at least $95 as Americans continue to deal with the largest annual increase in food prices since the 80s. And according to Morgan Stanley estimates, this reduction has had a rippling effect as cuts led to a $4 billion economic slump in March, while consumers have tightened their belts. Things are not looking good. Yahoo News reports that the retail sales are typically an essential guide of shoppers into confidence and financial stability. Consumer health is vital in determining the overall state of the economy, and now the expiration of SNAP benefits is another catalyst that will lead consumers to become more cautious and spenders in allocating a greater share of their wallet away from discretionary items. So while sales fell across the board for many brick-and-mortar stores, online retail sales are up 1.9%, and Reuters has even pointed that it is likely due to consumers looking for details and discounts to get lower prices. And even data from Bank of America also revealed that Americans slowed their usage of credit card and debit cards recently. A slowing economy can be an indicator of a potential recession, meaning less money headed to your wallet and more money moving out, depending on where you live, that is. The credit is available to certain California households that qualify for SNAP, and in 2014, the state SNAP agency, CalFresh, began issuing state utility assistance subsidy benefits to qualifying households. Under the program, the state can increase food benefits for certain SNAP households as well, if they also qualify for heating assistance under the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The senator has also introduced the introduction of a bill that would expand and strengthen SNAP benefits for more than 40 million Americans. The Closing the Meal Gap Act would actually increase the baseline for SNAP and eliminate eligibility limits and barriers. Because we know that many financial experts have spent much of 2022 warning consumers to gear up for another recession. And yes, that is happening. And a big reason for boiled down to the interest rate hikes, everybody. And what this means that economic recessions have the potential to drive unemployment up, way up. And that's the fear a lot of Americans are grappling with right now. The idea of losing a job can be terrifying even during periods of economic stability, but losing a job during a recession can mean struggling to find work for months on end. Hopefully the next recession won't be as intense as the last one, and the idea of a 2-year recovery is surely not good. Now's the time for Joe Biden to do stimulus checks
here at home, but we also recognize that as we continue to speak to partners around the world about the importance of meeting their ambitious climate goals and commitments, that we need to be in a position to demonstrate that we're making progress here at home. So across the climate issue, across a number of issues, this will be important for us, but for any implications for South Korea, I would need to refer you to colleagues.
That it? Well, yeah, this is basically it. The tax gap lies in these categories. And what I'm saying again is the Joint Tax Committee has identified in which income cohorts there are expected payments of taxes that are less than those due. And if you've got 87,000 auditors coming on board, by the way, that is 6 times the annual budget of the IRS. 87,000 auditors coming on board, only 4 to 9% of that tax gap is in those making more than $500,000. They must have to go in their audits.
Folks, another bill was just signed into law by President Biden. Many Americans will finally begin to see relief from the rising gas prices and inflation. Economists predict that prices of everyday necessities will be back to normal in just a few weeks. And with the Inflation Reduction Act signed into law, it includes several green energy provisions opposed by the fossil fuel industry. The bill also orders the Department of the Interior to take a series of steps to boost fossil fuel production on federal lands and waters. The Inflation Reduction Act also requires the Biden administration to hold 3 offshore lease sales that had canceled in May and ties to renewable clean energy. And the Inflation Reduction Act requires the Biden administration to hold 3 offshore lease sales that it canceled in May and ties new renewable energy leasing to mandated onshore oil and gas leasing. Sales at gas stations also dropped 1.8% last month, largely because of falling prices. The nationwide cost of gas fell by almost 11% to an average of $4.44 a gallon. Prices continued to decline in August toward $4 a gallon, in another break for U.S. households, giving them a bit more money to spend on other goods and services. It's good for consumers and the economy when they have to spend less on fuel. U.S. gas prices continue to fall, and they could have kept falling, raising the possibility of gas below $3 a gallon in much of the country before the end of the year. The average price is somewhat inflated by some high-price states, like California, where the average is $5.37 a gallon. The national median price, which is the price at which half the nation's gas stations are selling for more, is around $3.80 a gallon. Pretty much every state is enjoying the relief from higher prices, even in states with high gas prices like California. The average price is down more than $1 a gallon since the peak in June. And according to experts, as students start to return to school and the summer driving season comes to an end, the price of gas is likely to decline even further. Folks, what are your thoughts on President Biden and the fourth stimulus check? Is President Biden going to do all that it takes to help out the American people with this, or do you believe that he's holding it back? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Personally, everybody, I believe that President Biden can definitely do more for the American people and send out stimulus checks sooner than later. It needs to be done. More relief cash is coming. The deadline is quickly approaching for millions of Americans to take action and claim a new direct payment. In this video, I will be sharing with you the exact dates and details of this new round of stimulus checks. Now, some homeowners could also get financial help this month, and this could come from the Homeowner Assistance Fund. The American Rescue Plan set aside almost $10 billion for homeowner relief, and more than 40 states have now set up homeowner assistance programs to facilitate the distribution of funds. The funds will be distributed to the states by the Treasury Department, and money from this program could be used to help with mortgage payments, homeowner insurance costs, and other specified purposes. Between these state programs and homeowner assistance funds, millions could soon be entitled to money from the government to help them cope with the ongoing financial consequences of the crisis. Denver is anticipating its second half of stimulus funding to come in July, and according to city officials, Denver will receive $300 million in relief funds through the American Rescue Plan. The governor, along with leadership from the House and Senate, announced that people in Colorado will receive a $400 stimulus check this year as well. The stimulus is available to full-time Colorado residents who have filed their 2021 tax returns by May 31st. Approximately 3.1 million people in Colorado are eligible for the debate. The legislation is also designed to help Coloradans combat the rising cost of everyday necessities. It will provide $400 for a single filer and $800 to a joint filer. The state's strong economic rebound, which includes more than 100% of recovery rate of jobs and a 3.7% unemployment rate, has led to a record state surplus. And now Janet Yellen recently stated that the recession that many Americans fear that is coming is not at all imminent.